Modern travelers notice a strange pattern. No commercial flights cross Antarctica's core. Polar routes are consistently diverted, citing extreme weather and emergency concerns.
Airlines officially cite severe conditions and lack of landing options for the avoidance.
Curiosity drives investigative pilots and researchers to question the official narrative. Why does an entire continent remain excluded from modern commercial flight routes? A small team decides to charter flights and analyze the restricted adjacent routes. They begin by comparing navigation charts and publicly available satellite imagery.
Test flights near the southern sectors immediately encounter strange magnetic anomalies.
Unexplained radio static and communication outages plague attempts at closer approach.
Pilots report sudden, simultaneous equipment failures in the restricted adjacent airspace.
Attempts to approach closer are met with immediate, unpredictable whiteout conditions. Historical flight logs suggest a deliberate, long-standing avoidance of specific core areas. Partially declassified documents hint at a massive vertical barrier, the so-called ice wall. This immense vertical cliff of ice is said to surround the entire Antarctic continent.
Satellite imagery appears doctored, concealing terrain features inconsistent with the globe model.
Infrared scans near the barrier reveal thermal anomalies beneath the immense ice mass. One small team attempts an unauthorized flight, pushing closer to the restricted perimeter.
The aircraft abruptly changes course, responding to unexplained inertial navigation system errors.
The pilot reports feeling an irresistible pull, drawing the aircraft away from the perimeter.
Historical accounts, like the of Admiral Byrd, hint at wonders beyond the visible ice. The Flat Earth model posits Antarctica is not a continent, but a wall surrounding all known land. Satellite images from different eras show inconsistencies in the dimensions of the ice shelf. Recovered artifacts from failed expeditions show unidentifiable metallurgical composition. Submarine sonar mapping records immense, geometrically perfect structures beneath the ice.
Research stations near the boundary report unexplained, localized power fluctuations.
Whistleblower testimony confirms a deliberate, international pact to restrict access to the south. Heavily restricted military bases monitor and control movement along the critical southern frontier. Classified documents mention high-energy disturbances and unnatural phenomena near the core.
Drone footage captures massive, unexplained shadows moving rapidly beneath 3 kilometers of ice.
The stark contrast in available satellite detail between the two poles is visually evident. Historical photos reveal the shocked expressions of early explorers, seeing something undocumented. Radar readings detect objects moving at impossible velocities, seemingly defying the laws of physics. Ice core samples show contamination from non-terrestrial, chemically unknown elements. Data visualization confirms that the geomagnetic field lines are severely warped at the perimeter. Optical anomalies in the atmosphere suggest the presence of a cloaking or refraction technology.
Researchers studying flight data are systematically barred from further access or threatened with termination.
Naval documents confirm extremely strict no-talk rules for all military personnel deployed south. Geological surveys indicate massive, unexplained metallic ore deposits at the continent's accepted edge. Security footage shows unusually shaped craft rapidly moving into forbidden ice ridge sectors. Thermal cameras record brief, extremely hot vapor plumes venting from immense ice fissures.
Pilots attempting unauthorized entry report sudden, total engine malfunction and loss of power.
Satellites mapping the region encounter unexplained, abrupt, and clean signal interruptions. Some report seeing large, non-humanoid figures monitoring access near the restricted checkpoints. Specialized drilling teams have been observed abruptly abandoning their sites mid-operation.
The Antarctic Treaty System is seen not as protection, but as a mechanism of global concealment.
All collected evidence from independent investigations is routinely confiscated or destroyed.
Historical news reports of missing aircraft are quickly dismissed, citing only extreme weather. Researchers who defy the warnings often vanish, their work and data disappearing with them.
Flight logs show a distinct pattern: sudden, final data loss with no recorded distress signal.
Witnesses near the perimeter describe brief but complete loss of consciousness and fragmented memory.
Protocols exist for managing contact with entities described as non-terrestrial at the boundary.
Specialized vehicles actively patrol the area, broadcasting signals to block all unauthorized communication.
Historical evidence shows photographic and film equipment near the edge were inexplicably damaged.
Microscopic analysis reveals subatomic structures in recovered materials that defy known physics.
Censored maps highlight regions of extreme, persistent magnetic fluctuation at the latitude line.
Those approaching the ice wall by sea report an unsettling silence and an unnatural absence of wildlife.
Engine diagnostics from attempted incursions show damage inconsistent with standard environmental wear.
Access to the comprehensive historical flight log database is protected by advanced military firewalls.
Investigators and scientists who dare to speak out live under constant surveillance and professional sabotage. Undisclosed government facilities actively monitor all movement and activity near the continent's edge. Advocates argue this data validates the azimuthal equidistant map, the flat Earth model. The ice wall marks the edge of the world, preventing public knowledge of what lie beyond.
The repeated global avoidance is evidence of a deliberate, coordinated government effort.
Official explanations of wind shear and fuel constraints are scrutinized against the geographic reality.
The Antarctic Treaty is theorized to be the legal mechanism for maintaining this essential concealment.
The constant, almost military-level monitoring of the southern perimeter is undeniable. Drone reconnaissance captures unnatural geometric patterns and perfectly symmetrical ice fissures.
Signatures of multiple world leaders appear on binding, continuous agreements regarding the southern zone.
Whistleblowers leak grainy images of massive, unusual machinery being covertly transported south.
Some theories suggest the avoidance is to protect the integrity of a planetary dome or firmament.
Pilots describe a sudden, unexplained loss of physical atmospheric pressure near the boundary. Ancient maps and historical documents often depict a vast, open sea beyond a ring of ice.
Simulations explore how light refraction and atmospheric effects could create the spherical illusion. Samples recovered near the wall exhibit properties that cause instantaneous, unnatural freezing.
The visual difference between the accepted spherical view
and the AE model remains profound. Drone exploration finds deep ice caverns with unnatural, geometrically smooth, polished walls. High-speed camera captures structures that briefly materialize and dematerialize near the perimeter. Archival photos confirm large, metallic, disc-shaped objects were recovered from the deep ice.
Thermal scans show the ground behind some monitoring vehicles instantly melts and refreezes.
Flight GPS data displays position inconsistencies near the pole that defy known physics and navigation.
Explorers' diaries speak of the great, continuous light emanating from beyond the ice barrier.
Satellite images suggest some bases are engaged in unexplained, large-scale terraforming activity. Recovered artifacts are a strange mix of ancient design and impossibly advanced metallurgy.
The last recording from an independent team shows them being rapidly dragged away by unseen forces.
Analysis of the timeline reveals that flight restrictions have progressively tightened over the decades. Documents hint at early weather manipulation and atmospheric control trials near the southern sector. The visible terrain near the perimeter is flat, while the horizon itself maintains a spherical illusion. Microscopic images reveal perfectly formed, non-organic crystalline lattices embedded in the ice.
A former intelligence officer confirms the continuous presence of extraterrestrial assets in the zone.
Evidence suggests sections of the immense ice wall are actively being reinforced or even constructed. The southern night sky exhibits rapidly moving points of light, too fast for known terrestrial craft. Every major world power maintains a consistent, expensive military presence along the continent's rim. Control centers are operational 24 hours a day, managing continuous, silent surveillance. Redacted documents repeatedly refer to a mysterious area simply called the other side. The stark reality remains. Flights traverse the North Pole, but absolutely none cross the South. Independent expeditions consistently turn back, defeated by sudden, overwhelming environmental forces.
The entire Antarctic coast remains devoid of permanent, non-research human settlements.
All the accumulated evidence points to a massive, long-term, sustained global deception.
An immense, continuous global resource is dedicated to maintaining the neutrality of the zone.
Yet, isolated lights continue to appear in the deep southern sectors, challenging the darkness. Cloud formations over the pole occasionally exhibit unnatural, perfectly circular movement patterns.
Veterans speak of a barrier so immense it shattered all previous conceptions of Earth's scale.
Flat Earth theory suggests the South Pole is the center point for restricted, internal space launches.
Drones capture heavy, visible, unnatural energy interference before their signal is abruptly severed.
The world is shown a spherical, traversable Antarctic, a concept refuted by flight data.
Researchers' last notes detail attempts to apply non-Euclidean geometry to the observable terrain. Patrols are seen guarding a massive, ancient archway made of naturally occurring, reinforced ice.
Sequential satellite data reveals long periods where the cloud cover appears unnaturally static and repetitive.
Pilots speak of sudden, intense flashes of green light near the southern magnetic pole.
Official records and dissenting research are continuously disposed of in organized, silent purges.
Hangar facilities house specialized, unmarked aircraft capable of extreme environment, high-speed polar flight.
Flight manuals contain a section of absolute, non-negotiable prohibition of southern pole transit. The world's airspace is visibly and consistently divided into accessible and permanently inaccessible zones.
The vast, inaccessible area beyond the monitored perimeter remains a total informational blackout.
Children are taught a traversable globe model, contrasting sharply with the observable reality of flight data. Blurred reconnaissance photos suggest massive, ancient, metallic structures embedded in the wall itself. Whether safety, conspiracy, or flat Earth secrets, the truth remains locked behind the southern barrier.
The key to understanding our geography and our place in the cosmos may lie beneath the eternal ice.
Flights continue to meticulously avoid Antarctical's core sectors, maintaining the established global perimeter.
Humanity is left with a heavily monitored, largely inaccessible, mysterious southern frontier.